I was bare pissed off with Google Maps today, bro. Yeah, yeah. Check this. For some reason today, it made me go from here. It's an hour 27 minutes. 27 minutes of of that hour and 27 minutes. 27 minutes was spent going, and I came out in Sydenham, bro. Like that's the route I used to take when I used to go from my parents' house. Yeah,
That's long, bro.
madness.
I hate it when you're trying to go somewhere and you feel like you've been driving for 40 minutes and you're still in South London.
That's exactly what it was today. And then when I was going the usual way, you know when you have the maps on, and you know the right way, but you're like,
but you're like,
maps is taking me somewhere else, or maybe there's something wrong with my usual way,
Yeah.
so that's why it's taking me. And then I did it. I went my own way after, and then it was like telling me still to go left, yeah, rather than going right, which I normally do. Rather than trust my instinct, I went that way, left, yeah, and it felt like it was taking me back home, bro. Yeah. So in the end, I turned it off, and I turned on the competitor, bro. Not even Apple Maps, bro. I turned on Waze, bro, and Waze hooked it up.
Bro, the worst one is when you feel like you're going back on yourself.
That's exactly.
Or you feel like you're just going. You're just going.
You know what it is when you
like parallel to what your normal route, what your route is in your head. You're going parallel to that route.
That's exactly how I felt. It's like this, bro. Yeah, I want to go there, and I'm in control, but because I'm looking at this screen which has a map on there, but I'm just like,
yeah, bro. I know the feeling.
Bro, yeah.
I know the feeling, man.
And I was like, get magic, Bob. You know when you can take all this out, bro. Yeah, because I just have to.
Why? No, we keep it in.
Fine. But you know when like I just felt like calling someone up, calling mans up and say, I can imagine I'll take it. Yeah.
So calling up the mans that organize it.
Yeah. So then
your sat nav man.
I called up the best sat nav I've ever had, bro. Yeah. The missus, in it. And she was like, you have to plan your... Well, Bobby, it wasn't any help. You have to plan your routes before you go. Yeah. So I was like, cool. See you later. Click.
Jesse Gressner. Oh, she didn't come with you?
No, because the kid's in it.
Okay. Solo trip.
This is how Indian ones that's how it happens now, isn't it? When you're... I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you just don't go together anymore, innit? Because someone's got to sit back and look after the kids.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, bruv.
What's been going on with you?
Huh? Well, let's you do our intro.
Yeah, go on, man. Let's do the intro.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Bruvcast. I'm Raj.
I'm Mick.
We're back after a hiatus of a week.
Wait, hold on. But we're dropping this, aren't we? We're dropping this. No,
I don't think we should, bruv.
Why?
Because when are we going to record the next episode?
Yeah.
And our regular slot is Thursday.
Cool. I mean,
do you want to?
We can record another one if you want to, or we can just do what you're saying. You want to ride the wave, yeah? Ride what we've...
I don't know, because we've already said that we're not going to have another episode. We're not going to have an episode this week.
But then we could be like, surprise!
Okay, we can, but then we have to get another episode out this week. Okay, fine. So this whole section is going to come out now.
Yeah.
Or should we just leave it in there?
This is how we do, isn't it? This is if a husband and wife documented their conversations, this would be it.
Yeah, this is fuck it. Let's just leave it in there, man. And it's long to edit. All right, listen. This is all right to our listeners. All of you who expressed some disheartenedness, is that even a word, that we didn't drop an episode this week. This is for you. Thank you for sending those messages, because we're like, oh shit, man. People are actually listening to us.
Yeah, people are waiting for us.
People are waiting for those episodes to drop.
I just thought, every time you posted, say, "Oh, new episode out now." I thought I was the only person that was coming to, bro.
That's what I thought. I can see that other people are looking at it on the stories, but I was like, well, maybe it's just one person.
No, man, it's nice, isn't it? That people actually remember. We've, must be doing something right.
Yeah, this is a okay. So this is bonus episode for Saturday. It should go out tomorrow. Then there won't be a trailer for this one. It would be just a surprise.
Yeah.
The only way you know what the trait of the episode is about is by listening to the episode. So what's been happening, man?
I
A
mean,
lot of shit going on in the world at the moment, man.
a lot of shit.
Namely,
A lot of shit.
namely the UK.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? But I do feel the last 3 days I've been closed off from it, though.
Same here.
Don't you?
Last 2 weeks because I
Last 2
had
weeks.
a stag do and then the wedding.
Yeah.
Fernandez's wedding.
Fernandez. I mean, that's it. When you asked me what's been going on, bro, me and you've been together, bro.
It's true. We've been cracking jokes, bro. Fernandez got married yesterday. It was yesterday. It was the day before yesterday.
Day before yesterday.
Everything's a blur now. Day before yesterday. Congratulations, Fernandez. Fernandez. Fernandez, bro.
So many ways.
His bachelor life is Fernandez, bro. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez. Yeah, that was it was fun, man. It was good to get the boys together. We did the speech as we were talking about it, and I think it went okay. What do you think?
Yeah, man. It was vitality infused, to quote.
Mm-hmm. that line that I put was completely off the cuff.
Yeah.
Because I'd rehearsed probably the first.
I don't know.
I want to say the first 3 minutes of it. I'd rehearsed, so I knew
what you're gonna say,
what I was going to say, and how I was going to deliver it. But then it was like, I'll see how it goes. Because even up until the last minute, me and you were gonna, do a back and forth.
And you know what, bro? It's funny, isn't it? Like, up until the point, everything, in your head, you see a direction, you agree upon it of how you want something to go, whether it's a speech or whatever, and then right at the last moment, you think to yourself, nah, that's not working anymore, bro. I just had this epiphany where it wasn't working, bro. Like, when we said you're gonna bring me in to act, I suggested it initially, then you said, yeah, cool, let's do it. We did it. Something wasn't natural about it, but then when you were just doing all of it, there was more naturalness. You know what I mean? Innit? It just came across naturally.
I think sometimes that's the thing with these types of public speaking situations. You need to rehearse it at least once or twice, man, just so you know how it's going to flow, no?
Yeah, exactly. It was a production.
But the rehearsal doesn't always tell you the full picture, because when we did the first ever rehearsal, when we got together, what was it, the night before?
The day before, innit? Yeah.
Day before, me, you, Sittle, and Ash around that table, and I was takelo, bruv. I was exhausted because I'm still hanging and recovering from the stag, and then baby hasn't been sleeping, so it wasn't. I was banging a little bit, and then this was the first time we didn't have a proper chance to do a rehearsal remotely or anything. So this was the first time we heard each another's speeches as well as the slides and how the whole story was going to come together.
And you know what? I'll tell you something. You're right when you said this is the most underprepared it felt ever. You know,
100%.
As in, it felt like although we were talking for a few weeks about it and we had calls, it felt like, it felt like the day we met up to actually prepare for this speech, it felt like, oh, you know what? I don't know what we're going to say. At least when you actually meet up in person on the time, when at the event of when the speech is happening, you have a context.
Yeah.
We were still you were making mad edits, bro. This, let me give the listeners some context. So when Raj puts together a speech, or whenever there is a speech where Raj is involved, except his own, I don't even know how we managed it, yours without yours. But Sittle was like, and I'm making these little gestures, isn't it? Yeah, he was like Scott Storch, Timberland, in one. I remember going to his house. Yeah, he was doing everything remotely with the other three. Yeah, and I went to his house. He's like, check this out, man. Look at that. And then he'd do a few clicks of a keyboard, and then he would flick his mouse, and he'd be like, and he'd sit back, and he'd be like, "We sick."
What do you think?
So, and then he'll say, "You know what I was thinking about yours, Mick? Yeah, Mick, little flicks of the keyboard again," and then he'll sit.
So what? He was in producer mode.
He was in producer mode, man. I think. You know what? I think he always wanted to get you out of the picture, bro. Yeah. Yeah, and
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I am too much. I'm too much into my own shit, man, and I want it to be I want a very certain direction, bro, and I don't want anyone to deviate from it.
And So going back, when Raj is involved in the speech, which he is always 90, he's always running the speech like 90%, 95% of the time. It's got to be on point, and he rarely ever is he like ever not flustered, but has a bit of doubt because everyone else around him will have the doubts about it, and he'll be cash, bro. He'll be like, nah, we got this, man. It's cash, and he'll go back to his room if we're staying at the hotel where we have, and there's a break in between the wedding and the reception. He'll go back to the room and he'll be like, yeah, come to the room. You open the laptop and you do your thing in it, bro. Do you remember Hiren's one? That's how Hiren's one was. Sittle's one the night before. It was like that. Yeah. But this one was different because it was a church wedding. That day where we met up actually before the night before the wedding, that was the only window we had.
That was the only chance. That we were all going to meet up.
Exactly.
To go through it.
And then because the next day was a church wedding in the morning, and then the reception was pretty much starting at 1:00 till 11 p.m. and we were on within an hour of reaching the reception venue. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It just felt. You're right though. It felt a bit underprepared. And you know what happened in my mind after we done the speech and we came home? I was, today when I woke up actually today, I was just thinking about it and I thought, what would have been sick? Yeah. There's one thing we didn't touch upon which we could have talked about, yeah, which could have been a whole topic, and we had so many photos of this, yeah.
What was that?
Fernandez's first love.
What?
Ash. We could have made this whole thing up, yeah, and it would have been believable because the video we had, the photos we have, it just would have been like, and everyone would have known because those two guys are always together, bro.
They're always together, yeah.
Yeah. But but in the end, no.
Why didn't you come with these ideas before, man?
Because, bro, there's been pressure. Man's got the pressure bullshit.
I think it went well, man. I think it was good.
I think
it was one of those ones where, on the eve of it, I was like, I'm not sure, but everyone pulled it out of the bag, man.
It was almost like I'd say flawless, like in the sense that there were some reservations which you pointed out to me. In confidence.
The thing is, when you do a speech, right, a best man speech, there has to be an edge.
Yeah,
there has to be an edge. Now, how sharp that edge is down to those that are putting it together. But if it doesn't have any edge, then, in my opinion, I feel like it doesn't really do justice to your responsibilities as a best man. Best man's.
Like you said, right? There's a certain threshold on the energy scale that you need to hit, man. And if you think about it, it didn't start off mellow. It started off with energy with the entrance, yeah. Which obviously you wanted the jump off, and you wanted the song with the bounce, and then you wanted what was it? Then you had Ash who went first, yeah. Who I'd say is the calmest, as in mellow. Yeah, and it was good energy, and then it went up another notch. Yeah, with Sittle, bro, with his smile and the jiggling around, bro. Yeah, back and forth, flicking of the neck, left, right, yeah, addressing the room, yeah, making eye contact with every motherfucker up in there. And then obviously, it just, I think then me and you just take it up a notch, and then you just went. Bro, you went to another level, bro. There was a point, bro, I thought this guy is standing in an election today, bro. Yeah. He is fuck Biden, fuck Trump. They're saying vote fucking Raj, bro. And also, I think you can measure how good the speech is, especially when the groom has his head in his hands multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. There's so I was watching back one of the videos of the speech, and there's certain parts of it where he's not even looking at the screen, especially your section. He's like, because he knows what's going on. He's like, nah, anyway, I don't even want. My eyes don't need to see that again.
It felt exactly that, and it felt like every time when he looked, he'd have his eyebrows like this, and then he'd like, and then he'd go back to when you're in a boardroom table. And you're the CEO, and then you've got your confidant next to you, yeah. And the confidant. The confidant hasn't told the CEO everything, yeah? Things come up in the presentation, yeah? And then confidant knows, oh, shit's going to hit the fan here, so I better just, before this comes up, penny has dropped what's coming up next on the slide, so I need to quickly tell this person that this is what to expect. So then the groom turns to the CEO. Says, this is what happened then. Yeah, to soften the blow.
He was telling Rochelle.
Yeah, he was telling
Yeah.
Michelle. Yeah,
He was, because there was definitely a back and forth.
Yeah, there was a back and forth, but the CEO of Kaj, man, Rochelle was Kaj. She knew, man. She knew. You know what? I felt obviously nervous about my bit, not because of the nervous. I wasn't nervous about the speech. I was more nervous about how it, man's got into my head, innit? People got into my head about my content, and
go on, tell the audience what happened, man.
I don't. Do you want me to say what the content was? The content was very explicit. The content was explicit.
That's what you got to say, bro.
And it was testing the boundaries.
It's not something you'd be watching while you're having your breakfast chai and toast.
Let's put it that way. And it's it's very. It'll be frowned upon. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're watching it while you're having your dal tokri.
Well, I don't think
there's no meal you can. There's no meal. Maybe you could have it having a gatia. No. Jevro, bro. Jevro, innit?
Yeah. Jevro's
like
only fun. Yeah, like a snack, innit? Yeah.
Snack.
It was very explicit, and you know what? At the start, I didn't have any reservations. It was going on. I think you know why I had no fear at the beginning when we were planning. Because in my head it was so far away, and I thought maybe I can get other content to fill it. In my head, it was just there. Like, at least I've got something there.
Oh, right? So that was your backup.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing, as we got closer, nothing came up. So I was like, okay, it has to be. It's got to be good, innit? You want the audience to have fun as well, right? Not at the complete expense of. I don't mind at the expense of the groom. That's fine. Just not at the expense of the fam. Do you understand? It's a difference, right?
You don't. You want to humiliate the groom, not the family.
Exactly. And
there's a line there, right? And sometimes you can do most of the groom and a little bit of the family.
Yeah, exactly that. And then when I put myself in that position, I was like, oh, there's gonna be kids there, right? That was that.
Still didn't care, bro.
Obviously, Sittle didn't care. He wasn't presenting it, innit? He did not care, man. Yeah, he was like, nah, it's cash.
Also, Sittle's. I think in all the speeches, Sittles has probably been the most raw we've ever done.
Yeah. Sittles was raw. And I get that, actually, to be fair. That is raw. Because that's his character right there, right?
It was character assassination, bro.
Exactly. It was pew, pew. Yeah, literally just, and then you know what? When you got outvoted, so Raj put a vote on whether we keep it or not, and you got outvoted. Yeah, and obviously
democratic, innit?
Yeah,
that shows that I'm not all a bulldog. Yeah, running through it my way. Yeah, I do let others contribute and make decisions.
Raj had my best interests at heart, hopefully. Yeah, or it was our careers as in this speech game. Yeah, on the line, innit? Because it was the last one, and I think that was another factor. Who it was. Because a lot of people said, no, it's Fernandez, it's Cash. Yeah? For that, is it, what I heard was, when I said, is this raw? It's not raw for Fernandez. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I was like, okay, cool. And yeah, man. I mean, look, everyone put their 2 cents in. And that's what I was worried about towards the last, I was just like, is this going to be crossing the line? And I asked the missus after, she goes, you crossed the line, but it was okay. It was okay.
Okay, so it's kind of
a little bit. She said you crossed the line a little bit, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, bruv?
I was actually nervous, not for the speech, but for the bit before that, because I was told.
Oh yeah.
Firstly, I was told to do the entrance. No, actually, the first thing Fernandez said to me is, "I want you to be the MC for the night." And then when we were in the stag, I was like, "Okay, so what do I need to do as the MC? Like, what's the running of the Is it because it's like almost a 10-hour reception, man?
Yeah.
So what do I keep announcing things?
Yeah.
Do you need me to be how they do in the Oscars, where I just start roasting random members of his family? Can you imagine if you did it like that, bro? Like the Oscars.
You thought you would be coming back, innit? Back and forth.
Yeah. Uncle Johnny's here, Uncle Johnny. And then I just start ripping into him, bro. That would be so deep, bro. What is this? What is this stupid? What is this stupid? So I didn't know what the deal was. And then he told me, then Fernandez, leading up to it, he was like, actually, he only needed me to do the entrance. So just announce the happy couple, and that was it. I was more nervous about that than I was about the speech, because I've never done that before. I've never really done. That's the DJ. You put the DJ voice on. Come on, everyone, make some noise, hip hip, all that stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Am I going to do the same thing? I'm going to add my own flavor. And then I was like, how long do I have to do this? What's the song? So I was bugging out, and I was talking to the DJ, Suraj, and I was like, look, what's the song that they want? And then he gave me the song, and I was like, okay, so
What
then
was the
how
song?
long do I
What
have?
was the song? Linkin Park.
No, it was a Prince song.
Oh,
It's a Prince song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, so I don't know the title. You know the one, you don't have to be rich to be my girl.
Yeah, bro.
That one.
They could have played Linkin Park, and I would not know because I was in another planet.
No, you were gone, bro.
All I was hearing was your voice, bro. Yeah, and then and you started your when you actually announced it, bro. No one would say this is your first time announcing. Yeah, you made the crowd. What was it? Cheer 3 times before. Remember, three or 4 times. That's not loud enough. Go on.
But that's just a standard thing to do, isn't it? And then I knew that there was a lot of international guests.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, I can make a bit of a joke about like people were sounding more jet lagged than the local mans.
Yeah. Did you just think of that on the spot?
That was just before I got on the mic. I was like, I need to have. There has to be something funny. There has to be something funny in it.
100%.
Because then that's how you get their attention, in it. And then so I was like, okay, well, that would be a small joke that I'll put in.
You know what? There's nothing that relates to a crowd more than someone on the mic putting themselves in way of laughing at themselves for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Making themselves the butt of the joke, innit?
Yeah, 100%. Well, the person that's announcing, or the individuals that are listening.
So what I mean is the individuals that are listening. But if you wanted to get their attention, right? Yeah. And if you make a funny about yourself, you instantly are like, you're in your brain, you're like, I like this guy. He doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And bro, it was energy, bro. From that point onwards, up until end of the speeches, it was energy. Actually, shout out to the girls who did the speech as well, because I have to say, they were. This is like we've done loads of speeches, we've heard loads of speeches as well, and this one by far has to be the best bridesmaid speech I've.
Then she sang at the end as well.
She sang, that was cool. Yeah. They had videos.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I think nowadays you need to, if you're going to do a speech, I think there's almost an expectation that it has to have certain elements to it, right? Or at least I have that anyway. I have an expectation. Okay, there has to be some kind of content. There has to be something. That is going to be like maybe some participation from the crowd potentially. But it has to land, bruv. Yeah. If you go up there with some long ass piece of paper, bruv. Prem patra, bruv. Yeah. It's hard. I know it's not natural for everyone, and some people are really intimidated by public speaking. Apparently, is like one of the most scariest things. People find that more scary than death, bruv. Like, I understand that.
Let me ask you a question though. How many times have you switched off during a speech when you're listening to?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, bro. I'm sure people have switched off when I'm doing a speech, bro. Because if there's something that is not connecting with you,
and you switch off, and that's it. It's just pretty irrelevant, man.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, definitely, if I'm giving a presentation at work,
you
know what it is. If it's the content, if the content that I'm presenting is something that I don't know inside out, and I kind of like either I'm covering for someone or I've just been thrown in last minute, I won't do it. I won't do it justice because you can't. You have to know it to work with it and then play with it and then turn it into something. And if you don't have the chance or the time or the knowledge to do that, then people will just, because it's just going to be like that monotone.
That's it. When you said what you said just now, like when you're doing it for someone else and you don't know about like the back of your hand, you're concentrating so hard on making sure you don't mess up because you don't know it that well, that you won't bring your own charisma into it and your own energy into it. You're just because all your energy and focus is going on to make sure you say the right things.
Yeah, don't mess up the message.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. Right. And you're monotone, right? Because I've seen it. You know what? And you don't realize you're being monotone until it's too late, and you have to
until you hear yourself back or something.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. It is, man. It's nerve-wracking, man. And I think it's like, especially sometimes you get hecklers in the crowd, isn't it? Who have no shame.
Oh, bro, you know what it is? Yeah. You get uncle hecklers, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like that, huh? Yeah. Oh. You make a joke. Oh yeah, come on, Sonny. Bro, you know them ones, isn't it? And then they don't even. if I got some of them, I actually don't know how to respond at a wedding speech because you can't run in, you can't go at them. You just got to be like,
you should though, innit? You as in,
well,
come on, you'd be like, hey, wait, hold on. So you'd be like, actually, sorry, someone's got something to say. Come up here then. Yeah, and then instantly, if it's going bad, yeah, that person has, because you've gone back at them, you've inadvertently brought the crowd back in your favor because they think
yeah,
you're
because
funny.
you've broken a pattern.
And then
You've broken a pattern.
you broke the pattern, yeah, and you
Yeah.
can be like, okay, yeah, this guy's got something about him.
Yeah,
Let's give him some. Let's give him some. Come on, Sonny. And he'd be like, yeah, you want it? You want it? You want all this smoke? You come up here and deliver this.
You want this smoke, you know?
So
Turn it into a battle.
it's the meme you sent the other day in the group
Which one?
of the stereotypical Asian guy buying a table at a club.
Oh yeah. That's hilarious, bro.
But yeah, I think it was good. I think you know what H said as well. I think it hit home to H, yeah, because H was the shout out H in it because he was the coach, innit?
He was a coach. It felt like H was
Southgate.
like it was like, you know, because H wasn't doing the speech because it was just the four of us that lived with Fernandez. But H was the one that's kind of like, I don't know, he was G'ing us up, but also giving us some tips and pointers. He was like assistant coach, innit?
It was, man, and I think he even said it's bittersweet because his last one. And it's nice to be a part of it, but but also bittersweet because not being a part. Do you understand? Like it was it was because now we know, innit? That was it, man. Like
that was it.
I feel like we're clutching at straws trying to get in on the Sittles brothers one, isn't it?
No, we should, bro. Did no. Honestly, for me, it felt like it was the end of a series, bro. Because we've done what 7 now, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was the final one, finale. And yeah, maybe we'll end up doing it for other people, innit? We're consultants.
I'll tell you what, yeah. It'll be enjoyable, bro. Because you know what, especially if you can develop some, like me being an introvert, innit, bro. You know when speeches happen, yeah, the speeches, like you guys started this when I got married. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The slideshows, etc. Right. So who got married after? It was Sittle.
It was after you.
Yeah. And the thought of doing a speech was like, oh shit. Like, if someone mentions a speech, bruv, yeah, and public speaking, bruv, your hands start to sweat, bruv. You're like,
yeah.
But you know what? After a while, it just becomes fun. You continue to do something that you're uncomfortable with. It does become fun after a while.
Yeah, because
it brings
face the fear
as well.
You face the fear of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That is the reason why the episode was delayed this week, because it was just too much with the stag and the wedding back to back, and because both of us were involved in those things, it was very difficult to find the time. So that's the excuse. But we're putting it out. We're putting it out, yeah, because humans were like asking.
Hope you're well, and you're like,
yeah.
No, do you know what? Actually, the messages were like they didn't want to look, and I like this as well. Yeah, the listeners were loyal. Yeah, because like they didn't say, where's the episode this week? They were polite about it. They're like,
it was very polite. It was very polite.
Really look forward to your episodes on Thursdays, and they. Do you know what? That's very. Do you know what? And that's the kind of shit that makes you like, fuck it, no, we're gonna just do it. We're just gonna get one out today. Yeah, because they said this one message was really look forward to your on to Thursdays because your episodes drop, and hope you guys are well. That was it, right? And I was like, this guy should be a fucking coach.
Yeah, he just basically got us to jump behind the mic today, bro. And I'm so tired, bro. But yeah, man, that was the weekend. Sorry, the week. It feels like a weekend. We're hitting the weekend now, man. But I think we should talk about the shit that's going on right now, man.
All right.
I think we should just at least acknowledge the fact that it feels like we're taking a fucking step backwards with all of this.
Massive step backwards.
Or maybe this was there all along and it was just buried and you just wouldn't surface. I feel like we're very privileged because we live in such multicultural parts of London where you're not... if it's there, even if it's tiny pockets of it,
Mm.
you just don't. You're not. It's not as obvious. I'm sure it can be, right, but it's not as obvious as it is in like some of these towns where this stuff is happening, bro. They were fucking going around a street and just lobbing bricks
Mm.
into people's homes. And the craziest thing is, they showed people outside of those houses the next day, and they were not all brown, bruv.
No.
They were all colors, including white.
Mm.
So it's like, okay, this is just, you know,
Barbaric, isn't it?
it's crazy, bro. And I think that there's so many different angles to this and stuff. I feel like what it boils, and this is like Guz Khan was saying this, Tez Ilyas has been saying this. It is really about the people in power who have created this weird narrative and twisted this whole story. And it's not even, it's so far removed from the immigration thing, and it's just pitching people against each other and using immigration as the thing that they want to talk about so that they can get into power. And it's just, well, it's the divide and rule, bruv.
Mm. Yeah.
No, it's fucked up, bruv. And I was thinking about it today. I was like, imagine like what you see on the news of what's happening, and the riots, all the people smashing up shops and all of that. Fine, right? In terms of like, that's top of mind. What you're not seeing is what's happening in the playgrounds. What's happening in the playgrounds? What's happening to the little girl wearing a headscarf going into school?
Yeah.
Right, in a predominantly white school. How is she dealing with this? Is she being victimized? Is there things going on with her? And there's so many like people that are being affected by all of this shit, and it's just it's fucking sad, bruv. Like if you start really thinking about all the consequences of all of this, and it's these kutris like fucking Suella Braverman, Pri Patel, bruv. They put the brown people in charge of the immigration, but and Suella, she's the worst, bruv. Wandry, bruv. I swear, bruv. Bruv, she literally said it's an invasion.
Yeah, it's an invasion.
She literally said it's an invasion.
Yeah.
She said that they're coming in. She said all of the same. She's basically saying and sowed the seeds of everything that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear her talking now.
No.
You don't hear her saying anything.
No, because it's become such a big problem. She can't even comprehend it, probably.
Yeah, it's a mess right now. I mean, even this weekend they're saying that there's going to be rallies and stuff, and it's counter protests, and it's a protest, and then I don't know, man. That's just that's how I'm feeling about it right now. I just feel like it's at some point it's not fair to just be like, oh well, it's the people that are doing this, and you should be like, locking them all up or beating the shit out of them. They can't be doing that. But if you peel behind all of that, you need to understand what is making them feel like that, right? Because these people aren't necessarily going to be like this every day of the week, bro. It's just they've just been put in the situation, put in an environment, lack of opportunities, whatever it is, and you don't really have anything to look to give you some sense of unity or some sense of kind of like, I'm part of something bigger than me. And then there's these far right groups that obviously can give people that, far right extremists, whatever you want to call it, and then that's it.
No, it wasn't. I'm going to carry on.
No, I'm just saying that I'm saying that it's not. You can't trivialize the issue. Basically, you can't just to look at it superficially and say these people are wrong, these people are right. This is the way. Like you can't. Yeah. It's so deep rooted. But what you can say, at least from my opinion, is it's the politics, bruv. The narrative, the fucking Rwanda stuff, like all of this whole narrative that has been going on about immigrant and nothing else, bruv. Fucking NHS wait lists, having to can't even get a GP appointment.
No.
Right? But that's not because of immigration, man. That's because you have not funded the NHS.
Exactly.
And they want to point at something and blame people or blame a group or blame a minority. And it's just like, I don't know, even Gary Lineker got heat for it, bruv, because he was saying, some of the language used reminded him of, 1940s.
Yeah.
So
it's come to a point where it's like, you just said you can't just trivialize it and you can't just take it for what it is in black and white, that these guys are right and these guys are wrong. You can't, because there are people who genuinely feel that obviously there's lack of opportunity, but they're not the ones causing, the racial, uproar, basically.
Yeah.
But what's happened is that those people, and the message now, anyone who's been a closet racist, it's given
Yeah,
them, this thing is an excuse for them
yeah.
to basically cause, be
That's the
vocal about
scary thing.
it.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
the scary thing.
crazy.
It's normalized it. It's
Yeah.
normalized. It's normalized something that was like was buried. I don't think it was dead. I think it was buried. You've normalized something that was buried.
Mm.
And this happened in the US when Trump got elected, right? There was increases in like violence and racism and stuff because of that was his whole spiel, right? That was how he got into power. But the more people see it, the more that people think, oh well, this is okay. Maybe I can say this. Maybe I do feel like this. Maybe this is the way I should behave. Maybe the way, and then it becomes mob rule where it's not even people thinking for themselves. Like the year before the Olympics, when mans were just like rioting up in the streets, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, obviously, you have to acknowledge the fact that this all started from that crazy like attack,
Mm-hmm.
right? And those kids that lost their lives, which is, I can't even like process that, bro. Like that, the manner in which that happened. And that's been kind of like the flashpoint. It could have been anything.
Mm.
It can't have been that has caused this, bro. That was just one thing that lit the flame, and the gas was already kind of bubbling for ages. So
It's true, man.
I don't know, man.
And what message does it send to the kids, isn't it? Like,
That's for me. That's where I'm looking at this, bro. Because we've grown up through this. I think we grew up. I didn't feel like I had too much run-ins with racism. I definitely felt it time and time again, but like not constantly and not like rare in your face. Like I said, like if you're in London, South London, in the ends, bruv, you're not.
yeah.
The minorities are white people, bro.
Yeah.
Let's be serious, yeah. Like that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
We went to school in a very, very colorful environment, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I have felt it as much as maybe like other people in that generation or in that era may have because of their environment.
Nothing really stood out. I mean, yeah, you'll get the old P word, yeah, but also the context in which it comes in, they don't even know. They're just doing it just to cause, inflict insult, yeah. But not from a. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, I'm not trying to defend it, but it is obviously racist. But they just don't even.
It's the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing you can take the piss out of someone's
Exactly.
appearance or something. You'll be like, okay, I'll just call you this because this is the first thing that comes to mind. If I want to say something to you, I'm going to call you this.
Exactly. And do you know what? Now it's just like anyone who's protesting from a racial perspective, and their kids go to school with coloured kids or from all from all backgrounds. They're condoning it because at the end of the day, monkey see, monkey do, man. My kid sees me doing something, they're going to be like, well, I spend, my dad knows well. He knows right because he's my dad at the end of the day.
They follow you in it, yeah.
Going to follow you. And it's just going to, spiral out. And like you said, kids should be, school should be a safe place, a safe haven for kids.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can easily become stomping, like a battleground, basically, right? War ground where you don't even want to be left alone. So you painting that picture of a girl who's wearing a headscarf, going to school. What's she thinking night before school, man?
Yeah, especially that's what that was on my mind because I was like, yeah, this what you're seeing in the cameras, what you're seeing in the news is okay, that's just what's on the streets, but this is gonna go deeper than that, man. And hopefully people get a grip on it, man. Like. I mean, I always say everything starts with dialogue, man. Yeah. Whatever it is, you cannot isolate anyone, whether it is your family, whether it is your wife, whether it is someone you just have major disagreement. You can't, bro. Because how are you ever going to move forward if you're not seeing the perspective? You don't have to agree. You do not have to agree, bro. But you need to understand at least, or try and understand. Because if you don't at least do that, then it's just gonna the divide is just gonna keep growing, man. And it's not, it's for the sake of your kids, man, and their kids, and that. This is the kind of shit that you start thinking about as someone who's old, and you have kids, in it. Like I think before, it would just be like, oh yeah, okay, these are rights, this is that were rare. It's not affecting me directly, so but it's fucked up. But this is what it is. But I think once you have kids, you just look at it from so many different angles, and also you've got way more skin in the game now because this is not going to just affect you; it's going to affect.
One day you'll get questions.
You'll get
coming,
questions. Yeah.
and we need to know how to tackle those, or
Yeah.
at the end of the day, or be on the front foot. But you
Yeah.
know, the positive thing is, which I've noticed with kids, well, in my short tenure as a parent, bro, they don't see color, man, unless you point it out to them.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't see it,
Yeah.
so obviously they're influenced from somewhere. So if you don't, if as a parent you don't, but there's other influences, friends, etc., right? But like there's that saying in it, your kids friends parents will dictate, how they grow as well. They'll have a big influence
Yeah.
because they're
Which is
hanging
crazy.
around.
Isn't it? It's
It's
crazy when you think about it like that.
mad because their views in it will rub off. So
Yeah.
it's mad, man. It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, man, kids don't see color, but they see it when you point it out, depending on which way you point it out as well.
So I hope things are okay this weekend. I hope that there's I just hope things just aren't as madness as what people are predicting. And
Lock your doors and keep your windows rolled up. Keep the AC on. Ain't worth. Yeah,
keep the AC on. It's meant to be really hot.
yeah. That's what I mean, isn't it? But there's like I heard acid attacks and
These
stuff.
racists are going to be out with their nipples, bruv. Yeah, nipples on their beards, bruv.
Yeah, man. It's I feel because we've been away for 3 days. I just feel we were away from it all in a bubble.
You say that, but we went to
Reading.
We went to Winnesh. Fucking name the shame the town, bro. Yeah, we went to Winnesh, and we went to a pub there, and so this was after the wedding was done. This was the next day. We had the day because obviously we were all away from home, so we're like, well, might as well grab some lunch with the kids and stuff. So we all went to this pub. I think it was H went in first with some of the others. And he walked in and he was like, oh, do you have a table? And he just looked at Hira and he looked at like everyone there in the group. Obviously was, not from around. And it was like, we're not serving food. And then he must have said something around, well, do you even have like a table for like 13 people? No, we don't have no tables. Blunt, bruv, yeah? And Hiram was like, even without that interaction, when they walked in, they were getting looks. And then we went to somewhere else afterwards, which was fine. There's no issues. But to me, bruv, that kind of experience is something that I haven't heard about for like at least 15 years, man. Because I remember that used to happen. There used to be, even in London, bruv. In London, you go to certain pubs that are like, more local, of like, National Front type places. And you wouldn't even go in there, bruv. You just get that look. You're like, nah, I ain't going in that, man.
You know which
even from the outside, bruv, they'll stare you down, man. I remember that. I remember seeing that. And then all of a sudden it was just kind of like gone. Like, or I didn't feel like I encountered that or experienced it. But when Hiran told me that story, I was like, shit, yeah, that used to happen. That used to be like the thing that you'd avoid it, or you'd like, sometimes you'd go somewhere, or even a night out. There was some occasions where on a night out you'd feel some level of discrimination because you're like, we're a group of brown guys. They're making some excuse of like why we can't come in, but then just right behind us, a bunch of white boys just went straight in and there was no issues.
Yeah,
so it does happen, man.
It's eerie when you walk in and you can feel it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And you're like, you don't want to walk out completely, so you're thinking, you're like, no, it'd be all right. And then you go get a drink, and you can't relax because you think,
no,
something in a minute. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to do something. Someone's going to say something. So you have to like just be with your thoughts and be like, look, anything goes down, just put your drinks down, walk out, man. That's it. Yeah. It's true. I also, it's just, when they're that blunt and that abrupt and no, I haven't got any tables. It just makes you think, innit? Okay, cool. But maybe, let's put it this way. Maybe that owner knew, let's give the benefit of that is the other side of it. Yeah. That in a bit, there's going to be it's going to be heaving, with locals.
Yeah.
So I don't want any trouble. I don't want to get my shit smashed up. Yeah, and I'm, gonna send these guys.
It could be,
but you're right, man.
It could be. Man.
it's weird now that this is now been something that was never not going to say it was never an issue, but was less of an issue, is now something a bit more prominent.
I mean, we even considered it, right? We were like, should we even go?
Yeah.
Should we just go home or should we go out and about?
Well,
And then in my mind, I was like, nah, man, fuck that. I'm not changing my life. Why? For what?
if you do
There's nothing. There's nothing. But we had what, 4 kids, 5
yeah,
kids, 6 kids. How many
it
kids?
wouldn't change your life. Yeah, exactly, because you got kids. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
And actually, it was fine. Look, we went to a nice park. It is what it is. You know what? Sometimes as well, right? Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Someone, white person, not even interested in any of this stuff. Yeah. But then you've got the ones who try to turn them, or they get turned because it starts to become kind of like do you understand what I mean? Yeah, kind of a witch hunt, and it's like and it can open up tensions in it sometimes, and it can cause I don't know, man.
So someone that's not racist can
yeah, because of all this, because of what's going
on.
on.
I'm seeing like, okay, yeah. Well, that's
And
essentially radicalization, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're being repeatedly shown or something, or said something to about a particular topic.
And they're watching the news, right? And the news only shows certain aspects that they want to show you, that they want you to see, right?
Yeah.
It's like newspapers, headlines, the way the way they're printed for, a person of color versus a person.
It's the same shit just before the fucking Euros, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You saw it,
Saka, just what was it? It was the warm up. Was it friendly just before?
What did he do? What happened again? What was it? They lost, right?
There was like 4 black players that were called out.
Yeah.
And all it said, the headline said black ice on the
yes.
I can't remember. I think it probably was Daily Mail or some shit like that. And it was like, well, hold on, what are you trying to do here? Like, is this? I think it was why did they use that term? Was it because it was a team that they were playing that was like, was it Norway?
Yes, we were playing a team at Wembley as a friendly before the Euro started, and we lost 1-0, didn't we, or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And it was, mate. The worst thing is those players who came on, they came on right at the end of the game. Didn't even play
right at the end of the game.
Saka was one of them. Didn't even, and they showed a picture of him falling over or something. Like that. Oh, he came on. I think came on 15 minutes. Didn't have anything to do with the game at all. Yeah. And complete scapegoat straight away.
But this is what it is, though, man. It's these little phrases here and there. Whether there's intention or not, I think there is intention. Why would you have a picture of a black player and then say something like that? Like, I don't know what you're trying to say if you're not trying to say that. But I don't know, bro. I want to be optimistic because I feel like you have to be in these situations, and things were not this bad. They were better than they are right now. So hopefully they can get at least back to that. And then hopefully improve from then onwards. But
I have to say, like, there's a lot of togetherness as well, right? Do you see what happened in Brighton?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the optimism, right? That's people are showing up. People are saying that we're not. It's not in our name. Literally counter protest, mobilizing. So yeah, I mean, look, listen, for the listeners, however you intend to deal with this, please be safe. Please obviously look after yourselves and your family and your loved ones. And yeah, it's just one of the things, isn't it? It's down to the individuals on how do you want to kind of respond, right? Do you want to respond only if it comes to you, and then you respond appropriately and whatever you feel is appropriate in that situation, or do you want to go out and counter protest?
Yeah,
or do you want to just be like, I can't right now. I've got to look after my day ones, my people. But you do it. You educate yourself as well, man. Because I think you also need to educate yourself and understand. Well, why might this be happening? What is it? It's too easy to just be like, oh yeah, people are stupid. People are dumb. People have low IQs, and some of them do, bro. Some of them. There was that fucking one lady talking about the Titanic. I think Tez Ilyas posted a video, bro. She was like, the Titanic sank because there was too many people on it. She was like, that's what's happening to our country. To our country. Is that all right? Whatever, man. Still
going about the Titanic,
But yeah.
I think like when our parents came. Have you noticed like there's certain parts of the world, obviously, and I'll mention like UK, certain areas like where we live. There's a high population of Indians there, and
Mm-hmm.
people feel, and you wonder, innit, how does this happen? Like, how does a place in London, become so heavily populated with Indian people? Like, there's North London as well, right? Happens, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
because people. There's got to be some reasoning behind it, and it's comfort, in it. At the end of the day,
Yeah, you gotta
comfort
stick
amongst your
together,
own,
man. Yeah, you have to.
comfort
Yeah.
amongst your own, and sometimes, when we're like second generation and born here, basically, right? Um,
Mm.
and we're like, oh, sometimes you want to get away from that, but then when it's times like this, you're thinking to yourself, actually, at least I feel safe. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
like depending on where you are, at
Yeah.
least I feel safe amongst my own. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Okay. Go.
somewhat safe amongst your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you understand what I mean? Yeah, but there's that. There's I don't know, man. There's a lot of Disney films coming out these days, which is and load of books as well for children, right? Trying to educate them in a fun, way about racism subliminally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, what was that? Elemental.
That's the elemental. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Elemental.
Yeah.
I just thought,
Yeah.
when you see the deep message there, it's
Yeah.
it's a deeper message, isn't it? At the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a book. I forgot what the book's name is. Yeah, but it's one of my kids' favorites actually. But and I will share. I forgot.
Post it because
I'll
we
post
have a
it.
lot of parent listeners.
Yeah,
There's definitely
exactly.
going to
But
be
it's just
curious.
exactly, yeah. So I'll post it for sure. But it's just that, man. It's funny, isn't it? How these messages now, and it's nice that people with power, institutions with power, and people with power as well are using that platform now to actually, send a message as well. Because
Yeah, I mean, but it's been happening. People with power have been doing it maliciously, but
yes,
people with power are doing it for the right reasons now, right? Which is educate, man. It's got to be education. You've got to get kids and their parents. But that's what they say. They say Disney doesn't actually make kids movies. They make movies for adults.
adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because from a business perspective, of course,
It's adults, isn't it? They're the ones who
it's for
pay the money,
adults.
man.
I'm actually going to see a Disney movie tomorrow.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
We're going to the kids showing tomorrow morning at like.
Again, that yeah. No spoiler. No, that's spoiler. But
No.
have
Obviously,
you
I
seen
haven't
the
seen
first
it,
one?
but
Have you seen the first one?
yeah, man, it's such a
Yeah.
good movie. I
So there
fucking
you go,
love
isn't
that
it?
film.
Talking about
Yeah,
your hormones, like
yeah,
in a
that's
fun way.
it's education. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it is educational, right? In
I
a
didn't get that as a kid.
nah.
I didn't see any movies that were teaching me about that.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what I got as a kid?
Go
Um,
on.
Why are you laughing?
Because I know you're about to come out with something, bro.
Do you remember those that on BBC? Yeah, there used to be Ramayan used to come.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's what my education was, and then it was like,
Mahabharat used to come on Channel 4. Do you remember?
sorry, Mahabharat. It was Mahabharat. This is
What?
how I'm such a good Hindu boy, bro. Was it Ramayana or Mahabharat? No, it was Mahabharat. I remember the intro. Of it. It was a Channel 4. Maybe it was Channel 4.
Yeah, I remember it was Channel 4.
There'll be like this fire in Mahabharat that was written in like.
Yeah, it was a fire. Yeah, it was just simple, man.
Yeah. Chariots. So it's chariots.
Yeah, chariots. Yeah.
And then there would be like just before, so there were like in every single episode there'll be a fight. There'll be arms house, with like the bow and arrows.
Yeah.
And then they'll say like these little prayers, and then the bow will turn into like water or lightning.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. That was my good versus evil. Like as a kid, like fight.
Yeah, it was sick, man. It was, also now I realize back in those days, this is 90s, yeah. It was on terrestrial television in
terrestrial
the UK.
television
In the UK, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like imagine
Mad.
Dave sitting down with his kids.
Yeah.
And Tony just, what's this, Daddy? And the man's like using bow and arrows to murk each other up.
Yeah. And remember, Beam used to have.
They had subtitles, obviously had subtitles.
Yeah. But think about the production. You as a production, you must be thinking we've made it onto terrestrial TV
in the UK,
not on an Asian channel.
Yeah.
Mad. I was thinking to myself, you don't have it now. They don't have any of that now. You think they'd have it in this day and age?
Well, I think what I guess the hope is that all of the channels are all the TV shows that they have are so much more integrated. You have like Asian faces like on the news and in other shows and stuff. Whereas back then, bruv, it wasn't. I think Trevor McDonald was the only person of color that I saw doing the news back then. I don't remember anyone else. Oh no, wait, there was Gargi Patel who did the news run. Do you remember Gargi Patel, bro? I remember her name. I was like, oh, Patel. That would be, oh, Patel.
Yeah. But they're all.
But it was a rarity. Like it would be a rarity that you see someone brown on the screen. Like, oh, okay, shit.
And how many do you see now?
Now it's everywhere, bruv.
It's like,
which is awesome, man.
Great, man.
It's awesome.
Great. You're flying the flag.
It makes at least it makes your kids feel like, okay, I can see people that look like me doing these things that maybe I want to do one day.
It's key because you know what? It's funny, isn't it? That we probably grew up with the notion that I can't do that. I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
No one that looks like me does that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it gets in your head, isn't it? It's
of course it does.
It's just it's not even in your head. It's just like
it's not. I don't even think that thought crossed my mind. As in, it wasn't formulated like that. Of like, I can't do this because I don't see anyone like. But I think it was just so implicit, under the radar that it was feeling
something that
like
didn't need to be said, right?
Yeah, it didn't need to be said. Didn't even articulate itself as a thought.
Also, if you said certain things that you wanted to be to your parents as well, not that they're trying to discourage you, but it's you want to be a model. You know what I mean, isn't it? Because you don't do that.
But yeah, bro, I think it's it is good that we had at least some of that, some of those channels. But yeah, I'm glad that our kids have such a wide variety of things, and Disney's definitely. I'll let you know what the movie's saying in it.
Oh, I've seen it, innit?
Oh, you've seen it? Is it good?
Times. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you saw the first one.
I've seen the first one. We went to see the second one, so I decided to take one of them to watch it, and then a few weeks later, we all went to watch it again.
I don't know how much I'm going to get to watch it because we'll see. But
you're going to the there's the early showing, you said, isn't it? Yeah,
early showing, with kids.
Do you know they do? I don't know if there's I used to take little ones to see. Like they do Hey Dougie and little mini mornings, isn't it? That's what it's called, right? Kiddie mornings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something like that.
And then they view, anything that comes on terrestrial TV. They have those mornings where you can go there and watch about 5-6 episodes there. But basically, right?
Nice.
It was all right. It was pretty good. But
do kids actually sit and watch it, or are they just?
Well, now they do. Now they sit down and watch it. But before, I think up until the age of like 3. It was constant, hot button, bro. You know what I mean, isn't it? Yeah.
She's gonna be all over, and she's teething like crazy right now, bro.
Oh, is she? But you know what? Going there and seeing that massive screen.
The screen might be like, whoa, okay, what's going on over here? So
immersive.
But that would be for 10 minutes. Then she'll be like, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
Where else you go? What's this chair? What's this chair? Yeah. Bro, you know what's going to end up happening? There's going to be that massive screen going on, but then she's going to be watching Miss Rachel on one of our phones.
And then you both try to watch the film.
And we're going to both watch you try to watch the movie.
Oh, man. I think that's us.
I think that is us, bro. Wow, you called it, man. Normally I call it, but you called it. In Thai language?
Yeah, bro. The energy is low. Not going to lie. I think your energy got better. Mine went...
Yeah, we crossed paths.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It is what it is, isn't it? You sometimes you just gotta pull it out of the bag like we did today. And
exactly.
Thank you once again. I have to say, man, thank you for the messages. It feels really nice that not only are there people actually taking the time to listen to these episodes, but taking extra time to reach out to us and passively aggressively ask why the hell there isn't another episode this week.
What's going on this week, man?
So we appreciate you, all of you, every one of you. And we hope that you like this special bonus episode. And we'll be back to our regular programming next week on Thursday. Anything else? Any other things to add, bro?
No, man. Just...
I'm actually going to shout out a few of the people that messaged us.
Yeah, cool. Rakesh Jetwa was one of them. So thank you, Rakesh. Message received.
Rakesh. Yes. Rakesh, thank you. Kirtan, thank you. Kieran, thank you. I had a bunch of others. Vaish. Yeah, there's a lot of you. So yeah, thank you. We appreciate you all. Oh, bruv, there was this. Oh, no, I'm gonna save this. We have a listener who sent me an anecdote, and I was like, bruv, have you got more of these? So he sent me some more. I haven't even fucking read them yet, bruv, but I'm gonna save that for next week's next week's episode. And I've got a topic as well for next week. But
cool.
I think we had a good amount of things to talk about in this episode that we didn't even get to the other things, which is okay.
It's cash, isn't it? It's cash.
And yeah, we will see you all next week, usual time. Share the struggle, find the funny, and see you later, people. Bye.
Peace.